is December 21st, and this is The View with Catherine Chang. Today's topic is China's test on President-elect Joe Biden. First, the Hong Kong media tycoon Jimmy Lai was detained on December 11th for supporting the Hong Kong democracy activists, and he was sent to jail before the trial. And what is even more exaggerated is that the Hong Kong authorities relocate Jimmy Lai from Lai Chi Go Li Zhijiao Reception Center to Stanley Prison, 赤柱监狱, last Friday. And Stanley Prison is mostly for people who committed serious crimes. And why was Jimmy Lai sent there? There is a saying that China wants to use the Jimmy Lai incident to test Joe Biden's limit and even to threaten Taiwan. Well, I think that if China wants to threaten Taiwan, it is completely a ridiculous and failed strategy. Why? Here are some points. A. Jimmy Lai was arrested on December 11th, and the trial will be held on April 16 next year, which means that Jimmy Lai will stay in jail for 126 days before the trial. Even worse, there is a saying that he might be transferred to China for trial and could be sentenced to death penalty. Of course, these are just rumors, but why would the rumors come out? You can see how Hong Kong people are worried about it, and they don't know what will happen to Jimmy Lai. B. Why is Hong Kong authorities threatening Jimmy Lai and kind of treating it in such a rude way? Well, on the surface, the reason is to set an example, 以儆效尤, just like the judge said when Agnes Zhou was denied bail. But I think the real reason might be China wants to test the bottom line of the United States. The Wall Street Journal published an article with the title, Beijing Tests Joe Biden, was saying that the detention of Jimmy Lai and other Democrats is a test by Beijing authority on Joe Biden. If Biden dare not voice support for Jimmy Lai, then the Beijing will interpret it as the U.S. accepting the so-called Chinese model of suppressing Hong Kong. C. I think China also wants to use the Jimmy Lai incident to threaten Taiwan, was showing that this is what will happen if you oppose China. But I think this strategy is very unwise. Taiwan is not going to be intimidated by China. First, the so-called Hong Kong version of the one country, two system, 一国两制, has been destroyed. And now it directly moved to the one country, one system, 一国一制. And that is even worse. And the result of suppressing Hong Kong people is Taiwan will become more pro-U.S. and reject China. And the supporting rate of Taiwan pro-China politicians will be even lower, including the opposition party KMT, and even Taipei Mayor Ke Wen-je will be affected too, because he proposed the two sides of the straits are one family, 两岸一家亲, and was criticized as pro-China faction. D. I think the U.S. President-elect Joe Biden should respond to the Jimmy Lai incident as soon as possible. And why doesn't Joe Biden say anything about it yet? Well, I think one of the possibilities is that he wants to wait until he takes the office on January 20th next year. If that's the case, it is a little bit late, but as we said, better late than never. Today is the 19th day of Jimmy Lai's imprisonment, where we can see that his wife and son visit him today. And we can also see that this is over here as Jimmy Lai's daughter. And this is Jimmy Lai when he was moved there a couple of days ago. Well, it is a very special occasion today because it is Dongzhi, winter solstice. On this day, we know that people from Taiwan, Hong Kong, and China will eat rice bowl, 汤圆. The round shape of the rice bowl is a symbol of family unity. So, it is a special day for Jimmy Lai and for everybody. Here are the top stories. Today, we have 0 confirmed cases. First, I want to talk about China's CV-17 aircraft carrier and PLA fighters harassing Taiwan on the same day. According to Taiwan Ministry of National Defense, it said that The Shandong aircraft carrier started its journey from Dalian along with 4 escort ships on December 17th and transit through the Taiwan Strait on Sunday. Also, 2 PLA aircraft, the YA electronic warfare aircraft and YA anti-submarine plane, entered Taiwan's southwest ADIZ on December 20th. As to Taiwan's first indigenous submarine, we know that CNN published an article with the title, Taiwan's planned submarine fleet should forestall a potential Chinese invasion of decades. And we know that it said that the Taiwanese submarine are expected to use Austria-acquired electronic motors. And when this is kind of a quiet-running submarines will be difficult to deter and to detect for the PLA anti-submarine warfare units. And here comes a question. Will U.S. submarines visit Taiwan? U.S. former Assistant Secretary of Defense Randall Shriver urges the Biden administration to assist Taiwan. He published an article with the title, Memo to the Next President. And he said that, I recommended President-elect Biden engaging in bilateral U.S.-Taiwan defense exercise and establishing a program for kind of a routine ship visit to Taiwan, starting with submarines and destroyers. And on the other hand, we know that MOFA confirmed the U.S. name changes Tacro to Tro is processing. And it is kind of upgrading from Taipei to Taiwan. So the future name is set to be Taiwan Representative Office. MOFA Deputy Minister Harry Zheng Zheng answered the interpellations at the Legislative Yuan. And he said that it has always been the direction that we are striving for. This is the U.S. Congress showing their concrete actions for supporting Taiwan. We also express our gratitude and welcome for this. As to Taiwan's participation in the WHA, Hokkaido urges Tokyo to back Taiwan's WHA bid. The resolutions stated that Taiwan has been a global model for pandemic management, but its outstanding achievement of reducing infection cases and epidemic prevention measures were ignored by many countries. And it said Taiwan should be able to attend the WHA as an observer. On the other hand, I want to talk about Hong Kong's situation. It's getting worse. You know that Hong Kong might cut off student exchanges with Taiwan. According to the source, we know that over here, Hong Kong government officials believe that the DTP is influencing Hong Kong students in Taiwan and encouraging them to take part in subversive activities when they return home. But actually, that is not true, and that is ridiculous. You know, when Hong Kong had an anti-extradition law protest, Hong Kong police just beat up the citizen. You can see over here, and these just what happened in August 2019. At that time, you know that the whole world is supporting Hong Kong, including Taiwan. On the other hand, U.S. Secretary of State Pompeo slammed China for arresting 12 Hong Kong residents, and he treated that their so-called crime was to flee tyranny. Communist China today is turning Hong Kong into the East Berlin of yesteryear, actively preventing its own people from seeking freedom elsewhere. Well, in the end, as I said in the beginning, it is a winter solstice today. President Tsai tweeted about this vacation, and he said that stay warm, wear mask, and don't forget to eat rice balls. So I wish you all a happy Dongzhi, and we all hope a safe and happy time with your family. I'll see you tomorrow. This is Catherine Chang from Taipei.